The Stoic Power of Silence. 10 Reasons Quiet People Are Successful. In a world that rewards the loudest voice in the room, silence has become a lost art. Social media culture celebrates constant self-promotion, and many equate talkativeness with intelligence or leadership ability. Yet throughout history, some of the most successful people have been notably quiet. The ancient Stoics understood something that modern society often overlooks. Silence is not a sign of weakness. It's a form of power. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus taught that our words are among the few things we can directly control, making speech a precious resource to be used strategically rather than squandered. 1. Silence creates an aura of authority. When you speak less, your words carry more weight. People who constantly fill the air with chatter dilute the impact of their message. Quiet individuals don't feel compelled to prove themselves through verbal performance. This restraint fosters what psychologists call calm confidence, a trait consistently linked to effective leadership and stoicism. When a typically quiet person speaks, others lean in to listen. 2. Observers see what talkers miss. While everyone else is busy broadcasting their opinions, quiet people are collecting information. They notice the subtle cues others overlook: body language, tone shifts, inconsistencies in arguments, and unspoken tensions in the room. This observational advantage translates directly into better decision-making. Successful people gather data before forming conclusions. They recognize patterns and spot opportunities that remain invisible to those too busy talking to pay attention. Marcus Aurelius was a diligent observer of human behavior, and his private journal, Meditations, is filled with notes on the character traits, flaws, and virtues he witnessed in those around him. 3. Emotional control comes from the pause. The space between stimulus and response is where wisdom lives. Silence provides this crucial buffer zone. When conflict arises, quiet individuals have trained themselves to pause before reacting. This delay allows the emotional brain to settle and the rational mind to engage. The result is measured responses instead of regrettable outbursts. Over time, this emotional regulation builds a reputation for level-headedness that opens doors. This is a Stoic behavior. 4. Quality over quantity in communication. Not everything that can be said should be said. Quiet people instinctively understand this principle. They filter their contributions, speaking only when they have something substantive to add. This selectivity prevents them from being associated with noise or superficial commentary. When they do contribute, people recognize it as a signal rather than static. This reputation for substance makes their input more valued and sought after. 5. Deep work requires solitude. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. Seneca. This Stoic wisdom captures the essence of why solitude enables deep work. Seneca understood that dividing your attention across countless distractions prevents you from achieving mastery in anything meaningful. When you try to be present everywhere, constantly socializing, seeking stimulation, responding to every demand for your attention, you never truly inhabit the focused mental space where innovation and excellence are cultivated. The quiet person who withdraws into solitude isn't avoiding life. They're choosing to be fully present in the one place that matters for their craft. This concentrated presence in purposeful isolation is where complex problems get solved, and skills get refined to the level of mastery. 6. Silence as strategic advantage. I have often regretted my speech, never my silence. Publilius Cyrus. In negotiations and business discussions, most people are uncomfortable with silence. This discomfort makes them vulnerable. Quiet individuals understand that silence creates pressure. When they stop talking and wait, others often rush to fill the void, frequently revealing more than they intended or conceding points unnecessarily. This tactical use of silence can shift power dynamics without a word being spoken. 7. Internal validation drives long-term success. Individuals who require constant external validation are easily distracted. Every setback or criticism throws them off course because their motivation depends on others' approval. Quiet people tend to derive satisfaction from internal standards rather than public recognition. This independence from external opinion allows them to persist through the inevitable periods when no one is watching or cheering them on. Long-term success requires this kind of resilience. An inner scorecard drives Stoics, and they are not seeking praise. Instead, they focus on displaying the virtues they believe in. 8. Mental energy conservation. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. Constant communication is mentally exhausting. Every conversation, every social interaction, every performance of self drains cognitive resources. By embracing silence and limiting unnecessary social interactions, successful quiet individuals preserve their mental energy for what truly matters. This conservation of mental energy allows them to remain clear-headed under pressure when others are mentally depleted. The ability to think clearly during stress is often what separates success from failure. 9. Authentic relationships trump large networks. It is the quality rather than the quantity that matters. Seneca. Quiet people build their success on depth rather than breadth. They invest in a small number of meaningful relationships instead of maintaining superficial connections with hundreds of acquaintances. This approach fosters genuine loyalty and trust. When you truly listen to someone rather than waiting for your turn to talk, you validate them as a person. These deeper connections prove more valuable than extensive networks of shallow contacts when opportunities arise or challenges emerge. 10. Results speak louder than self-promotion. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. B1. Marcus Aurelius. In a culture of personal branding and constant self-advertisement, quietly producing excellent work has become a competitive advantage. While others are busy talking about what they're going to do, quiet people are actually doing it. This preference for action over announcement builds a track record that can't be faked. Eventually, consistent results create a reputation that no amount of marketing could manufacture. The person who delivers without fanfare becomes known as the most reliable and valuable. Conclusion. The Stoic approach to silence isn't about being antisocial or refusing to communicate. It's about recognizing that words are tools to be used with precision and purpose. In ancient Stoic philosophy, the things we can control are few but powerful. Our words are among them. By choosing silence more often than speech, we reclaim power that most people give away thoughtlessly with every unnecessary comment, complaint, or boast. Success in the modern world doesn't require being the loudest person in the room. It requires clarity of purpose, emotional discipline, strategic thinking, and the ability to focus intensely on what matters. Silence cultivates all of these qualities. The next time you feel the urge to fill a silence or prove yourself through words, pause. Ask yourself whether speaking serves your purpose or satisfies a momentary need for validation. That pause, that choice, is where the Stoic power of silence begins to transform into tangible success.